What up, though, everybody? This Prophet Mahmoud, aka Said Watson, representing all the cast-offs worldwide. You don't know what a cast-off is. A cast-off is being who you are, even when it's unpopular, when your thoughts and what you stand for is different than the crowd. You are a cast-off. And we're going to start this first episode of the Said Watson Show with the quote of the day. And the quote of the day is, a lot of times we want God to change our problem and God using our problem to change us. And that simply means we want to pray away the problem. And God wants us to go through that without giving up, because on the other side of that problem produce purpose. It's a part of the Bible where it says, be thankful for all trials and tribulation, because it produced steadfast patience. It produced wisdom. And so when we go through something and we understand it's not happening to me, it's happening for me, we go through it. We go through it. We learn the life lessons. We learn the wisdom. We learn the patience. We learn the empathy. Because a lot of times when we don't go through things, we don't have empathy. Because it's a lot of times I said, I would never do that. And I never been through that. You don't know what you will or won't do until you go through something. And then when you go through something, we take our nose out the air and it humble us. And so we won't say, I would never go through that, because we've been through something similar. And now we humble, and instead of judging somebody, picking up our stones, joining the herd stoning, now we empathize, and now we teaching, now we mentoring, now we guiding. And we would never have that perspective if we didn't go through something. So when we go through something, we learn empathy, we learn patience, and we get wisdom from that situation. So when we come out of it, we a way better person, and then we understand it didn't happen to me, it happened for me. And when we go through that, now we find our purpose. Now we know our strengths, and now we could teach other people. And so I believe that wholeheartedly. A lot of times we want God to change the problem, and God using the problem to change us. Story of the day is about a guy that I know very well. And when I say very well, I mean very, 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 very well. And he go by the name of Prophet, aka Said Watson. So my teenage years was in the 90s. And in the 90s, it was a big thing going on in my neighborhood. No, it wasn't Pokemon cards. No, it wasn't about collecting retro Jordans. But it was a big epidemic that everybody talk about. You either had it or knew somebody who had it or was trying to stay away from it. It was just a big topic. I wasn't worried about it because it really wasn't possible for me to get it or obtain it. But it was a thing called crabs. We called it party crashers, the itchies, the scratchies. The scratchies. But the proper name for it is public lice. No, not public lice. Pubic lice. And it was just the topic of every conversation in the halls of Libby High School or on the south side of Toledo. Everybody was trying not to get crabs. Somebody caught crabs by that girl, or this girl caught crabs by this guy, but I wasn't worried about it because I wasn't sexually active. You know, I was lying like I was getting some, but I was getting none. So I wasn't worried about crabs, right? So time go by. We had a basketball camp called Crider All-American in Cincinnati, Ohio. I was like 15, a sophomore at Libby High School. It was the summertime. So I'm balling. I had 60 points in the game, and there was players there who was going to the NBA. I want to say Rashad Lewis was there. It was a guy named Marvin Stone. He was like the best player. I want to say he was from Alabama, and he had a full ride to USC in Kentucky. I think he chose USC. But anyway, I had 60 points. I had 60 points. So everybody like, who is this kid? Who is this kid? Somehow I lost my shorts. So now I'm like, oh my God, what I'm gonna do? I need some basketball shorts. So it was a guy that I knew very well. He had some basketball shorts, some extra shorts. And I put those shorts on and had the game of my life. I had another 50 points. I had 60 points one night, had 50 points this night. But At the end of the game, instead of celebrating, pouring champagne, like, Mama, I made it. I'm in my dorm like, what the heck is going on? I'm on fire. I'm scratching. So the next game, I'm balling. I'm breaking in a full sweat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm on fire. I'm scratching. So I go all the way home. As a young kid, I'm thinking like, what do? I pour bleach on my public hairs. Guess what? Crab's still there, still itching. My hair just turned brown. My public hair is brown now. So I'm like, what the heck? So now I'm putting rubbing alcohol on it. I'm pouring peroxide on it, still itching, bro. I done shaved my hair, boy. It grew back, still itching. It's going on like 8 months now. I'm still itching. These mugs is full-blown lobsters at this point. So now I'm hooping at City Park. And if you ever had crabs, you know, like once you start sweating, they get to biting. Boy, they feel that drop of sweat. They attack like piranhas and pit bulls. And you just, you walking around, you don't know what's going on. They thinking I got Tourette's or something. I'm like, what up, Like, I can't hold a whole conversation. And so when I go to City Park hooping, right, that means you sweating. Boy, they get to biting. So I got a fast break. I go for a layup. One bit me. Boy, they called a foul. Like, boy, you fouled me. They like, man, you by yourself. I'm like, what the? I'm on fire. I don't know what to do. I'm so ashamed to tell anyone that I'm the one got the crabs. So I asked a big homie from my neighborhood by the name Mike Garrett, right? So I'm like, Mike, because Mike always talked about crabs and all the stuff he didn't caught by girls and stuff like that. He had no shame in his game. He had about 16 kids at the time. So I'm like, man, what do I got to do to get rid of these? He said, yeah, man, go down to Kaler's, this pharmacy. Matter of fact, I'll take you. And it's this thing called Rick, man. You pour it on your public hairs, comb it, and it's gone in 5 minutes. I'm like, no, I don't believe that, bro. I done bleached my hair. I done put peroxide in it, bro. I done shaved it off and still got it. These mugs are big now. They are biting. They are attacking me, bro. And so I went down there. I got the Rit, poured it on my public hairs, combed it off. It was crab free. And so I had post-traumatic stress after that. Man, I had a layup. One bit me. I done caught a foul. I'm like, man, what's going on? And so now anytime, like any little itch, it could be like my arm. I got him again. I'm going to get red pouring on my arm, bro. Any girl you with, you think like any little itch, your foot itch, you call, hey man, you done gave me crabs. Like for real, it's like, man, you get post-traumatic stress, anything. Man, you could twist your ankle. You thinking you got crab. Oh my God. Like, man, you wake up with pink eye, like, oh my God, a crab in my eye. It's just like anytime your hair itch you, oh my God, you pouring red on your stuff. And so that was the story of the day at 16, 15 years old where I caught the party crashers. Next topic, the NBA. And I'm not talking about NBA, young boy. I'm talking about the NBA, the National Basketball Association. But before I get into today's topic, I'm going to let y'all know how much I loved the NBA growing up. My wall was full of posters of my favorite NBA players. I used to beg for pennies, collect nickels, everything just to get 50 cents to go to the Belmont store and buy a pack of NBA Hoops basketball cards. I collected basketball cards. I collected posters. I used to watch the NBA games. They used to come on NBC at noon. Every Sunday, I would get a VCR tape and tape the game and then watch it every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday till the next NBA game came on. Get another VCR tape and take that and watch it all week. I used to love the NBA. I used to watch those tapes every single day. Go in the backyard on a milk crate that we hung up on the garage. You know, when you got Wayfair, you get the Wayfair milk crate. Cut the bottom out and put it on a garage or a tree and then imitate all the moves you've seen your favorite basketball players doing. That's how much I love the NBA. I believe basketball saved my life. It kept me in school. I wanted to go to school, not because I was a good student, but because I wanted to play basketball. That's what the NBA meant to me. Dominique Wilkins was my favorite basketball player. Then it was Reggie Miller. Then it was Nick Van Exel, Joe Dumars. I love basketball. I used to love the Detroit Bad Boy Pistons, even though my favorite player was Dominique Wilkins. And the reason I became a Detroit Bad Boys fan, I know it's odd to some people. You born in Ohio. Why you ain't no Cleveland Cavaliers fan? But I live in Toledo. And Detroit is like 45, 50 minutes away. So on our free Fox network, we seen all the Pistons games. And to see a worldwide game, we had to wait to Sunday. But we watched every Pistons game on Fox for free because that was closer to us than Cleveland. So I grew up watching Isaiah Thomas, Joe Dumars, Vinnie Johnson, Dennis Rodman, James Edwards, Bill Laimbeer, Mark Aguirre. That was my squad, coached by Chuck Daly. And I watched them at 86. I want to say they lost to the Boston Celtics. Then they beat the Boston Celtics, went to the finals, lost against the Lakers. Then they finally won and became back-to-back champions. And I was hooked on the NBA ever since. Wanted to go to the NBA. But now, let me get back on track. But now it's a big catastrophe in the NBA world. NBA fans are turned off and tuning off, and the ratings are going down, 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 like the Nelly song, I'm going down. I think that's Mary J. Blige's song. The NBA ratings are going down, down, baby. Your street in the rain. It's just going down. And a lot of ex-NBA players are saying it's because of the style of play. It's too soft and they just chucking up threes, and I can't agree wholeheartedly. I have my reasons why I tuned out, and I believe the NBA ratings are falling. And I believe it is style of play. I watched the game the other day. A guy come down, jack up a three. They get the rebound. Guy go, dribble, 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 step back. Bad three. Miss. They get the rebound, come down, another non-shooter, jack up a three. I hated playing basketball like that at the park. That's why City Park, we eliminated three-point line. Ain't no threes. You can shoot it, but it's only worth 1 point. So you got to go through the hole and have some creativity. And that's what the NBA came to. It's just a three-point shot contest, and a lot of people can't shoot them. It just miss. Come down, no D, bad shot again, three. And I'm not watching that, bro. Like, it's no post play, no mid-range, no skill, no pass cutting, pass finish. It's just everybody come down jacking up bad shots. And then before that, it would just go to the hole with Luka and James Harden and just Dwayne Wade, throw your body against somebody, shoot a bad shot. They call a foul, and there's a foul shot contest. And it was just bad to watch. I didn't want to see it. But I have my own theories why the NBA ratings are falling. One, I'm going to say Zion Williams. So if you study the NBA, right, the NBA was in the toilet before Larry Bird and Magic Johnson came. They came and saved the NBA. And then Michael Jordan took it to another level. And then Michael Jordan left, and then you had Shaq carry the NBA. And then Kobe and the Lakers came, and they was with the Shaq and Kobe Lakers, their rivals, the Sacramento Kings and the Portland Trail Blazers. Who gonna win? Tim Duncan versus the Lakers, and the Lakers prevailed, and the NBA was just growing. Then a guy named LeBron James came and brought a whole nother dynamic. And then after LeBron James, it was supposed to be this guy who was better than LeBron James, better than Shaq, better than Kobe, the next legend in the NBA by the name of Zion Williams. But he came and was out of shape, always hurting, and I think he went to the wrong franchise, which was New Orleans, that all their stars stay hurt. So the next face of the NBA to carry it to the next level didn't live up to expectations, because we was lucky from Magic and Bird all the way to LeBron, had these superior athletes with superior personalities and great commercials, and the next guy who was supposed to be end up just getting fat and hurt. And now we looking for this next superstar. And LeBron is going on and on, prolonging his career. And it just ain't the next person. And another reason I want to say Skip Bayless, because now you see the TV personalities just do their best to tear these guys down. And Nobody care about the truth or the lies more entertaining. It could be false statements and then people just follow suit and tear this guy down and then make people not fans of him. So LeBron had damn near many haters that he had as fans. And now everybody trying to be the next Skip Bayless and tear the guys down who coming up where they can't be celebrated. And I believe Skip Bayless started that. And I believe the three-point shoot, nobody wanted to see just a whole bunch of threes jacked up, no post play, so the style of play is bad. The refereeing, like, it's just no up and down. The referees making calls. So even before the three-pointers went out of control, the James Harden going to the line, Luka going to the line, and Embiid, it was just like, man, I didn't want to watch this game to see referees just calling calls, and then we can't even trust the referees. Like, are y'all cheating? A referee went to jail and admitted that he fixed games, that y'all cheated the Sacramento Kings. So every time I see a bad call, I'm like, is he fixing the game? And so now I can't even get into the purity of the game because the referees is deciding outcomes of the NBA Finals. I don't care what nobody say. I watch Dirk Nowitzki get robbed for a ring when they played the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, when they started calling all those bad calls. I watch Kobe and Shaq cheat the Sacramento Kings, and the referee admitted it. I seen so much of that where you don't even want to tune in. Like, I don't even know. The players don't even decide the outcomes of referees, along with the three-pointers getting jacked up. And then the players just don't have no personality no more. There's no more Dennis Rodman, Charles Barkley. Everybody just, like, either everybody tough or everybody super feminine and dressing like girls. Everybody say the right thing and do. It's nobody who just be like, he really mean what he's saying. He's genuine. There's no Charles Barkley's. There's no Dennis Rodmans or the Ron Artest or Ben, well, it's just no personalities. Like, nobody game has personality to it. Everybody play the same. Everybody just skilled to death. Step back three, Euro step. It's just like everybody look alike. Like, Reggie Miller played totally different than Michael Jordan. Akeem Olajuwon played different than Patrick Ewing. Charles Barkley played different than Karl Malone. John Stockton played different than... It's just everybody games was different. All the teams played different. The New York Knicks played totally different than the Seattle Supersonics. It was just different. Everybody played different. Not everybody played the same. High pick and roll, corner three. I mean, it's just the same. So it's just a bore where I'm not attuned in. I'm not a fan of any of the players. It's just not good to watch. And so I can understand why the ratings are down. And that's why I believe the NBA ratings are down, down, baby, you're straight in the range. Or I believe that's why the NBA ratings are going down. But that's just my thoughts. So let me move on to the NFL. My favorite NFL team of all time. I don't even watch all the other teams, but I am a Detroit Lions fan. But as a lifelong Detroit Lions fan, losing my whole life. I went through a season where they didn't win one game. And so when you see somebody with a Detroit Lions jersey on, you see that little pain in their eyes. And you knew they was a loyal human being because they went through an 0-16 season, never won a Super Bowl, bad players, bad plays, bad refereeing on the game. You fall in love with a player, they don't want to pay him. He gone. You find one of the greatest players ever. They don't want to be there no more. So they retired in their prime. Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson just retired in their primes. And to me, they are the GOATs in their position. And that's what we had to deal with as Lions fans. But soon as we start seeing a little success, everybody is a Lions fan. And so we had to suffer alone. Now we got to share our team with everybody. Everywhere we go is Detroit Lions. Stuff like, come on, man. So us Detroit Lions fan in our group chat and our group Facebook thing, and, you know, all my Lions friends said we went our old Lions stuff just to let the people know, man, we are real Lions fan. We ain't jumped on the bandwagon. I had my Lions leather coat that I didn't have for like 10 years, but I just... You know, I don't wear it when it ain't football season. I put it on Sundays for the Detroit Lions game, so it looked good. And so I go into my son game at the Wayman Palmer Center. I'm the assistant coach, and the guy like, oh, that coat look pretty new. You want a bandwagon Lion fan too? I'm like, nah, bro. Like what? Like we never had to worry about bandwagon because we was always sorry. Now we got bandwagons fan where diehards loyalty are being questioned. And so now I got to keep my Detroit Lions old stuff, man, to let the people know I am a real Lions fan. And it's hard, though. All these fake Lions fans coming out the woodwork. Bro, y'all ain't go through 0-16 with us, bro. You can't have this little success that we having too, for real. And so that's my take on the NFL as a lifelong Detroit Lions fan. Question of the day. I seen on Jeff Teague podcast, and they were talking about their favorite pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoes. I'm really not a fan of all the new stuff, but as a kid, I was a fan of the Jordans, just like everybody else in the neighborhood, everybody else in the world. I don't believe they was great hooping tennis shoes, but every time they dropped, we played Scott, which was our rivals at Libby. So we used to skip class to wait in a long line at finish line so you can get your Jordans. But my favorite Jordans of all time has to be the 11s. The 11s are the best shoe that ever was created to me. And I'm not even a super Nike guy or Jordan guy. I'm a Adidas top 10. But those Jordans, those 11, those white with the black patent leather, oh, those are so hard to me. You could wear those with a suit. You could wear those with hoop clothes. You could wear those with jeans. You could just wear those with everything. So my favorite Mike is the 11s. You know, those are my favorite. Let me see. Let me see my next ones, because I don't be knowing the numbers like everybody else. I got to look at my phone. I'm sorry if this is unprofessional that I don't know. Let me look. What's my other favorite mic? Okay. So 11s are my number one. So this is the list of the mics, right? So I would say the 11s are my favorite. My second favorite, I'm going to go to 9s. They look kind of similar too. They look similar. They're the same color. Like, I mean, all of them the same color. They drop different colors. But the 11s, I like the North Carolina ones. They had the white ones, and they had like the Carolina blue, and those was hard. I like those 9s too. And then my third one, I would have to say, man, I remember those Bug Bunnies, Jordan, like the Bugs Bunny commercial was hard. I think those the 8s. But I ain't like the originals. I like when the purple ones came out. But just I'm going off the originals and looking at this right now. I'm gonna say the 4s. Like if somebody would just be like, hey, hey Prophet, I want to buy you 3 pair of the Jordans. Buy just the original kind, not the color schemes and all that, but just the color, the regular black and white ones were the first ones that came out. I would say give me the 11s, the 9s, and I had both pair of those. I never had no 4s. I never had 4s. I had 3s, not when they came out, but like when they came back. I didn't have my first pair of Jordans until the 8s. I had the 8s, the 9s, the 10s, the 11s, the 12s, the 13s. That's why I started buying my own, and that was it. But I'm gonna go the 11s, the 9s, and the 4s. And so those are my favorite Jordans. And that was a question that I seen on Jeff Teague podcast that you know, I wanted to give my opinion on. Another thing he had on his podcast, what is your favorite fast food French fries? And so, you know, I like the Rally's fries for a little bit. I like the Rally's fries. I used to like the McDonald's fries. I like the McDonald's fries a lot. I like the Rally's. Burger King, Wendy's. Oh, I used to like Arby's fries, those curly fries with the ranch. But if you gave me one fry right now, I try to stay away from fried food. That's why I got this bump on my head right now. I've been eating so clean, straight salad and vegan wraps with lettuce. And so, you know, my cousin Tiffany cooks some fried shrimp. And when I eat fried food, I break out instantly. And then I don't supposed to eat meat, you know, where I had my surgery on my stomach. And so the meat gets stuck and don't digest. So, you know, I ate bad yesterday. But If I had to have some fries right now, I would go McDonald's fries. I would go McDonald's fries. I like McDonald's fries. Okay, next topic is my pet peeve. My pet peeve, oh my goodness. Pet peeve. Got a lot of them. But my pet peeve, Grand Rising King, oh my goodness. I don't care if you my best friend in the world, you done cured every disease in the world. I don't care if you gave me $1 billion. The moment you say Grand Rising to me, I don't even want to talk to you no more. I do not want to talk to you no more if you say Grand Rising to me. That is a deal breaker with a woman. If I say good morning, she Grand Rising King, it is over with. I don't care if you look like Holly Berry in her prime, bro. I don't care about nothing else you said before that. The moment you say Grand Rising King to me, it is over with. And the reason why, I seen somebody, right, one of Grand Rising King guys, right? I don't say good morning. I'm not morning anything. Grand Rising. I don't say dread like I'm not dreaded anything. But then to turn around and rap King Von smoking on Tuka. We'll rap Tupac. My 4-4, make sure all your kids don't grow. But we draw the line at good morning. Good morning feel good. Good morning, Prophet. Or good morning, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Just anything. Grand Rising. Man, stop it, bro. I don't like it, man. Grand Rising, it gives me the willies. For real. I don't like Grand Rising. You say Grand Rising and me, our friendship is over with. For real. Cedron say Grand Rising to me, man. Go live with your mama, bro. Hey, go live with your mama, bro. I don't do the Grand Rising. But man, thank y'all for tuning in to the Said Watson Show. And I'm going to end today on a scripture, which is the book of Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. And it is love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. And that means simply loving God with all your heart, all your mind, is doing the right thing even when you don't feel like it. Because God says the golden rule is doing to others as you want done to you. Not when you feel like doing it, not when you think about doing it, but doing the right thing even when you don't feel like it. If you want to be treated this way, treat people that way and love your neighbor as you love yourself. And Jesus told this guy, like, the guy was like, who is my neighbor? And Jesus told a Good Samaritan story. Like, it was a guy on the side of the road who was robbed and beaten and left for dead. And a Pharisee walked by, and the Pharisees is the religious people of their day, or the so-called deep people. Today they'll probably say Grand Rising King, or fall out in church, or hit you with the holy oil, or I don't celebrate Christmas. Just the deep people. And they walked by him, didn't help him. And then another guy came by, walked by him, didn't help him. You know, today they'll walk by, I pray for you. Let me go. But the Samaritan wasn't even no religious guy, or probably not even looked that well to society, but he helped the guy, got him back on his feet, bandaged his wounds, took him to a hotel, paid the people and said, here, this to take care of him, get him off the streets. Whatever you pay, I will come back and I will pay you back for helping this guy. And Jesus said, who was the neighbor to this guy? And they said the Samaritan that helped him. And so that is so important to me. I don't care how many scriptures you know, how many times you pray, how much you fall out in church, and because it's something to make you feel good. Or I don't say good morning, I say Grand Rising. Just, I don't care how deep you are, bro. I don't care if you a vegan. How do you treat people? And that's why that scripture is so important to me. How do you treat people? Because the golden rule to any faith is doing to others as you want done to you. Love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. Thank you for tuning in to the Said Watson Show. I appreciate your time for being a part of the Said Watson Show. Please hit like, subscribe on YouTube, and share this message with many people as possible. It will help the channel go up. Thank you for tuning in.